everyone, welcome to another video, guys. I hope you all doing great and I'm good, very good. Yeah, super excited for today's videos. As you saw the b-roll in the beginning of this video, that was short. ये तकरीबन एक महीने पहले शूट की गई थी, बट कुछ काम करने की वजह से, कुछ मसरूफियात की वजह से I couldn't even edit it. So here I'm back and can't be more excited than this that I am back. Guys, I'm back because my nephew was here and he made me go out at night and do some night photography. Something which I never like it. It's not about like, it's something which is not interested me, something which is not feel comfortable of doing it, something which is intimidating. So by the way, he made me go out that night and we done some night photography, and it can be much more rewarding than photography during the daytime because everything looks completely different. The rules are changed and you don't have to go somewhere exotic to get a great photos. The bridge, the attractions and the buildings, the street lights, the neon lights, the shop signs, they are generally brighter lit at night, so you can take great photos and you can take your time photographing at night more so than during the daytime. And generally there are less people out at night and you don't have to worry about light changing. So this is what we are gonna be talking about in today's video, and I just want to share the experience which I had that night. And yeah, so I just love sharing what I learned. I love to share with you guys. This is why I'm here, this is why I'm making this video. So that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so let me tell you that before you go out for the night photography, you gotta need some stuffs. Not necessarily you have to have it, but if you have it, it will make your life so easily. Honestly, it will make your life so easy. So the first thing you gotta need, tripods. I use this Biny tripod all the time. It is always in my backpack. I take it with me where I go. It makes my life so easy. The other tripod which I am using it right now, my camera is right on that tripod, so I can't show it to you, which is obvious. So anyway, but by this time you guys must have a tripod. There's so many cheap tripod available, so yeah, you can search for it and you can get a tripod. But I always use this tripod. Yeah, I like it so much. It's an expensive one, but I like it. You don't have to have it. As far as you can stabilize your camera, you are good to go. You can use your backpack, putting your camera on the backpack and use it as a tripod. Anything which stabilizes your camera, you are good to go. But it's better to have a tripod. Let me give you an example. In this photo, I did not use any tripod. I found a sweet spot and I literally put camera on the ground and I just put on the timer and took a shot. So yeah, that's how I did this. But if you are taking a long exposure and holding your camera with handheld, so holding your camera steady physically, it's impossible. You can't even hold the camera for even a second. There gotta be some camera shake which create blur, so that's why we use a tripod. And the other thing which can help you to shoot at night, especially if you're doing a long exposure photography, is the remote. I don't use it that much. Sometimes I use it. Pressing that shutter button can push your camera or can create a camera shake or image blur, so it's better to have this remote. And the other thing you can use is the timer in your camera, so you can put a new camera on the timer and just press that shutter and yeah, you're good to go. So you can do that as well. So but as I showed you for the first example, I did not use none of these two things. I just put the camera on the ground, put on a timer and press that shutter button, and yeah. Okay, here we're gonna talk about the most, not the most, but famous photography at night, and that is the light trails. You know, you must have seen it when the car passed through the frames, and you using a longer shutter, so that create a light trails of these cars. For example, photo like this. How did I take this? How did I shoot this photo? For this kind of photography, you gotta need a tripod, other way which can make your camera still. And when you find a frame, you spot, put on a tripod, set your camera, and you are ready to shoot a photo. So here is the best setting for this kind of shot. So always shoot in RAW, because you can preserve the details later on in post editing. So bear in mind, always shoot in RAW, and choose the lowest ISO possible, and set your aperture in the range f/4 to f/11, it depends, you know, and then set your shutter speed. I personally set my shutter speed start from 3, 4 up to, it depends how intense and how light you want it. So just go around and do your own experiment. Yeah, so this is how you choose this. And then when you set this, the car passing through the frames, press that shutter button where you shoot this kind of light trails. So this is how you shoot these photos. Whew. All right, let's move on. The other thing which you can do, look for the puddles in order to get the reflections. And if there's rains, you might have a great chance to find puddles almost everywhere, and the wet street can create a magical glow, and the reflective surface of a puddle of rain can add a surreal, you know, surreal feel to the image. For example, photo like this. But when we went out that night, there wasn't raining at all. The roads, the streets were absolutely dry. So what we did, we went around through these buildings, and we found this pond fish. The water is there, so we can get a great reflection of this gigantic building. So you gotta go around and look for such things where you can get the reflection. So, and then when you are shooting into puddles, so the reflection becomes a viewfinder, because which provide a different perspective. Then try to shoot from a lower angle, which can make a puddle into a larger body of water. Angling your camera up to include more skylines, and move around until you find a sweet spot and just take a photo. This is how I shot these photos. But let me give you a pro tips. You go out, there's no raining at all, the roads are dry, you can create your own puddles. Just take a bottle of water with you, and you find your frame, your spot, just splash the water right there, and you can create your own puddles. So that's kind of a pro tip for you guys. Take it with you and using your own photos. So you gotta be creative, you know, you have to try different things, and this is how you learn these things. So the other thing which you can do at night is, sometimes you see a place during the daytime which looks absolutely boring, but when you go out at night, you see the same place looks amazing because of the lights. For example, photo like this. I've been past this place many times, but during the daytime it's not so attractive, but at night it's more attractive because of the lights. Light creates such a magical surreal feel to this image. So yeah, you gotta go out, and if you don't go out from the comfort zones, you're not gonna learn things. So you have to go out, and night photography is kind of fun, you know. In the past it was just like something which I never, or something which is never interested me, but now I like it because I did it. Yeah, so that's it guys. I hope you liked the video, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.